What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and in today's video, I'm going to be going on a Funko Pop hunt for the San Diego Comic-Con 2025 exclusives from Funko. I'm going to be going to my local EB Games, or perhaps it might still be GameStop because they might have not switched the sign out yet, and find some of those San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, which I know there are a couple there. And then later on, we will check the Funko Shop website to see what is left in stock. But if you end up enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But nonetheless, let's head over to EB Games.
So we are inside of EB Games, or still GameStop here, which we got ourselves some Yu-Gi-Oh pops that we've seen before, but some newer pops I can show you guys since the last time I was here are some of the Zodiac pops, which we got ourselves Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Scorpio, which none of these are my horoscope. My horoscope is Gemini, but I believe Scorpio is the horoscope of MD Shady. And speaking of newer pops that I know is here in the Star Wars section is the GameStop exclusive Mace Windu from Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Really awesome looking pop where, of course, he's being struck by that Force lightning from Emperor Palpatine. There, of course, is a closer view of the glow-in-the-dark, not sticker, but imprint on the box along with that QR code sticker. Some other new pops I notice here are from the Ranma half anime with Shampoo, Akane, and Ryoga. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie with Black Ranger, Yellow Ranger, and then the very first pop ever of Ivan Ooze. We finally got a pop of him after getting the Freddy Funko as Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers NFT set, and there actually are a couple more behind here with the Blue Ranger and the Pink Ranger. And although a lot of these Pokemon pops we have seen before, there are some new ones like Slowpoke, which recently got announced. I think Snubble's been here, but I believe Turtwig is also a newer Pokemon pop. And then going to the set with the 10-inch pops, this is actually the first time in person I'm seeing the new Biddy Pop boxes, where basically it's supposed to be in the form of a 4-inch or 6-inch box. And let me actually give you a closer view, and then you get a couple of Biddy pops inside. So this is Pennywise's Lair, and then we have ourselves a Lilo and Stitch one, Harry Potter, and up here we do have the Stranger Things one, which is probably my favorite of the ones they made so far, maybe the Turtle Lair now as I think about it, where you do have the regular world and then the upside down. And then as we look at the minis and Biddy section, I guess the first thing I could show off is the fact that we actually have Biddy pop sets where we do have the figure showing off and the imprint of the Chase sticker. This is the first time that they're doing this instead of the normal way, like example like this Dragon Ball Z set where you don't know what that fourth figure is, but now with the newer ones you actually do, along with that Chase. But what really caught my eye in this section, and I'm really torn about this, is the Toy Story Biddy Pops, the Biddy Pop Arcade more specifically. Dang, that looks pretty nice, and it is glow in the dark. It's actually a sticker, not the imprint like we've seen with the pops. Oh, I'm so debating on getting this, but is it worth $10.99 in my opinion? I don't know. And then over here I do notice the King of the Hill pops, which I believe these haven't hit up my store yet until now, with Hank, Boomhauer, and Dale. And speaking of King of the Hill, we do have the 4-pack here in case you didn't want to get 4 singular pops. Of course, Dale, Hank, we got Bill right here, which we didn't see in singular form, and then Boomhauer, and plus that QR code sticker instead of the GameStop sticker where it's normally exclusive to. I guess it's also good to know that the Black Rose Dragon has decreased in price, so who knows, maybe I'll actually finally be able to pick this one up today. And once again, more newer pops, we have classic Naruto pops right here with Sakura, Sasuke, Naruto himself. I do notice some of the new Fantastic Four, the First Step pops with Human Torch, Silver Surfer, and then what's normally the Target exclusive pops that are in the spacesuit. Yeah, there's the QR code sticker to go along with it. I'm not going to dig through here and see every pop that potentially could be left over from this set. And then I'm not sure if there's anything new from the One Piece section here besides, I think this one's actually new if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is one I believe that the Funko Shop might have not actually released yet in the US, but it came here to GameStop, or EB Games, I gotta get used to that name again, here in Canada. And then right here we do have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pop. So right there we got ourselves the Buccaneer Shadow, there's the Sasuke, and then right there the big boy, it's Entei in the 10-inch form from Pokemon. These are some pretty sweet pops.
Today I wanted to give a shout out to Sentinel 107. And the reason that they ended up getting a shout out is because they joined our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month. Not only do you get the shout out, but you do get lots of other perks, including early access to every single video and shorts that we produce on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It will be greatly appreciated and will go a long way of helping out this channel a lot. So definitely consider it, but let's get right back to the video. All right, so we are back from EB Games, and I did obtain one item while we were there, but before we actually show off that one item, we are currently on the Funko Shop website to see what San Diego Comic-Con exclusives there are left over, and especially the Funko Shop Canadian website does have some exclusives. But right now, I'm actually on the US website, knowing that the majority of you watching are probably from the United States of America anyways. Plus, I know that there is a certain stock of pops that are on the website rather than the Canadian version. So automatically, I do notice that, surprisingly enough, the bundle has actually sold out, and I feel like that's also because of the fact that certain limited pieces are sold out, like the mystery Huckleberry Hound, where there's pieces as low as 100. There's the Batman Blueprint Deco that sold out. That was for $39.99 because of its limited piece count. As we keep looking on the website, Entei's still available. The Jorgen von Strangle and Tooth Fairy is still available. Buccaneer Shadow is still available. As we keep looking on the website, Pingu is still available. We even have the Kuromi in gift box that's still available. I mean, it's not really the greatest pop anyways. All of the Biddy Pops are still available. There's a selection of Loungefly, which I didn't even know about, besides this limited edition pin that actually sold out. And then it looks like there's also more Hello Kitty related things, with one of them selling out. And then right now I'm actually going to switch to the Canadian portion of the website, because this is where I would have to order from if I wanted to buy anything off of the Funko Shop. So we're going to switch over to the Canadian version of the website right now. SDCC exclusives are here. We're gonna click on it and see what there is left. I mean, pretty much the same thing. You don't get the bundle on this portion of the website, which makes sense because that's a lot of pops to ship out to Canada from the United States. But regardless, who the hell is even buying every single pop from San Diego Comic-Con? Like I mentioned, the Huckleberry Hound had sold out besides the 2,000 piece glitter version. The Deco pops had sold out. And as we keep looking through the list, there's actually only 2 pages of exclusives available. Pingu is still, and it looks like also the Kingdom Come Batman had actually sold out here. I don't know if it's sold out on the US portion of the website. I assume so, or else I wouldn't say sold out on the Canadian portion of the website. And one thing that I do not like about the Canadian portion of the website, unlike the US version, and you might have noticed this also, is that they didn't give Canadians the opportunity to get the Jorgen von Strangle and Tooth Fairy 2-pack. That is only available on the US portion of the website, and even Pop Culture in Australia also did not get that 2-pack on their website. So really, only US customers can get that 2-pack. So if anything, if I wanted to get that, I am gonna have to wait a little while before I could get my hands on it, or MD Shady needs to get his hands on it. But after finishing looking at the Funko Shop website, I am going to be showing off the one and only pop that I had obtained while Funko Pop hunting, which unfortunately is not a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There wasn't really anything that appealed to me. There wasn't a Yu-Gi-Oh pop that was exclusive to this convention, no Toy Story, even though it's the 30th anniversary. And even though I didn't get any convention exclusives, I thought I would grab at least one pop, because it's always so awkward not getting anything during conventions, which has happened on this channel in the past. So the one pop that I did obtain was the Yubel from Yu-Gi-Oh! When I showed off the Black Rose Dragon and how there's a decrease in price, originally I had left EB Games, and then I thought to myself, what if the 4-inch pops are also at a decreased price? And sure enough, they were actually going for $12.99, which is fairly cheaper than the usual price. Considering the current price of Funko Pops at the moment are $16.99 Canadian, and even if you do look on ebgames.ca, today, and specifically looking at the Phineas and Ferb pops, you do notice that the new increase of price will be $19.99 Canadian for just commons. So I thought that getting this pop at $12.99 Canadian was a pretty good deal, especially with the Edge card, which pretty much had me not pay taxes. But of course, I'm going to show this all the way around, and I'm going to take it out of the box as well. There's the side profile right there, the other side profile of the box with the nice hieroglyphic background. And then we have the current set of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pops here with the Alexis Rhodes, the Elemental Hero Neos, Yubel, and then the plus of Dark Magician, which these bottom two are the only pops I have from this set. The other two were available, but there was something about this Yubel pop where I looked at the design and I thought this screams out Comic-Con exclusive, even though it is a common. Lots of cool detail, including the dual disc he has. Look at the detail of the hair as well. While with the other pops, of course, one is a human character, and then the Elemental Hero Neo seems a little bit tiny compared to the other Elemental Hero pops. Plus, I still needed this to further complete my Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection.